Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. I'm once again in Ark Genesis. I am at the entrance into the Rockwell Innards biome, which is technically one of the most difficult biomes in the game. It is meant to be very challenging, but also quite rewarding. Now, I'm here for a reason, because we will be looking for mutagen, and of course in this video I'm going to show you how to get mutagen as well as mutagel and how they work. So this is the GPS coordinates of the entrance that I am at, and I'm also going to show you the map location as well. And so here is my entrance point, and we're going to do this just with the tech suit. So that means of course you can farm this quite early on. The mutagen, of course, as I said, can be found in the Rockwell Innards biome. This is exactly what it looks like, and so what I'll be doing is I will be using the tech suit to fly around really fast. The idea here is you don't want to be a sitting target. You want to be on the move all the time, and once you pick this up, you will then of course be attacked by a load of creatures, but we should be able to get out of it unscathed if we are quickly on the move. So let's get to it. We're going to go through it. At this first part, I'm not going to bother with flying too much because there's no danger. So I just want to get myself into the biome. Now if you press and, double press space, you do a sudden jump. If you hold shift and control and of course the WSD keys, you will be able to fly fast. But if you go and hold shift and control and then W, you will fly forwards really quick. So these are the things that I'll be using to stay off the ground. This is quite important right here. You don't want to be touching the ground, especially in this first section. And of course we will be moving all the time. Now I'm also going to try and kind of constantly change my orientation in the way I'm moving, so I try and do a bit of a zigzag here and there so I don't get hit by anything. I'm not using any admin commands. I'm normally here in the lower right corner. We should get something to tell us that there is of course a mutagen around. Now that little marker that we get is of course for the entire biome, so that's the way it's supposed to work, but sometimes it does bug out, so it's definitely worth a check. So I've had a look at the top. Normally what we're looking for is a little light on the ground that should more or less show us the location of the mutagen. Do bear in mind that the seekers, I think they're called, or no, they're called summoners, that's what they're called. So the little things, little flying flowers with all the eyeballs that summon creatures, they do also put a spotlight on the ground, so you don't want to go into the spotlight because they will aggro onto you and they will end up summoning a lot of creatures. Not that that is a big problem, because of course we get the tech suit quite early on in the game. Well, actually we get it from the moment we spawn in, so that makes life that much more easier. Of course you can run really quickly on the ground by just pressing control and choosing a path in which to run or direction. So we found nothing here. We're going to go on to the next room. We'll have this scoped out. I like to start from the top because creatures don't tend to spawn right at the top, and that gives me a bit of time to kind of look around and see where everything is. I'm very cautious with regards to the summoners. Those I do not like because they do have a little teleportation thing that they do, and they like to teleport right on top of you then summon things, so we want to be careful. Alright, so as you can see, the summoners there putting down spotlights. We don't want to get mixed up. There's a light right there. I want to see what that is. Of course we also have some clouds, and one thing that makes it challenging here is the fact that you have to deal with the momentum from the fast flight. Okay, we aggroed something, so we need to get a move on. Right, nothing here. We've got the tentacles right here, which we need to look out for. You can just more or less barge into them at fast speeds, and didn't take a lot of damage to take them out. So I've scoped out this area. I don't see anything, and what's frustrating here is I know this is in single player, so there should be mutagen here, unless it's bugged out for me, but it does not show that in my lower right corner, so that's quite upsetting. Anyways, let's scope this area out. I'm not sure what we're gonna find. I'm gonna look down here. Now this down here I think is almost like acidic, so you want to be careful what you land on. Definitely stay off the ground. We do have Reaper Kings and Reaper Queens spawning down here. We aggroed a summoner, so we're not going to stay here too long. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so those little clouds right there can be confused with the little spotlight that the mutagen has around it. I'm going to try and not do any cuts here just to show you that you can actually explore this biome quite early on with the use of the tech suit that the game provides us. And what's really nice about the suit is it doesn't actually require element to function, whereas the previous tech suit did require that. So I'm going to try and lower myself down, try and go through that entrance right there, but I want to make sure that nothing spawns on top of me. Oh gosh, that little Noggin chibi is really scary at times. He does make me jump sometimes. It's just because he always follows me and I don't expect him to be in the corner of my screen. So let's go. Let's go to another entrance. Right. Quickly move around. We've got a summoner right in the way. We're going to aggro this guy, but we need to touch the ground here because... Okay, no. Yeah, okay. Whoop. There we go. Quickly. Ooh. I guess this does get a bit thrilling when you do need to stop and touch the ground so that you can reposition. Whoop. Reaper King. We don't want that. That was a bit of a panic moment there. So we've got Rockwell's heart right there. And we have this big chamber. So let's see if we find anything. I can't see anything. I'm trying to keep on moving. We don't want to be a still target. I'm looking down. I don't see anything at this point. Oop. I think the difficulty here is getting used to the momentum that your character has when you want to change directions. So this is what you need to keep in mind as you're doing this. If you are flying at a fast speed and then want to change direction, you still have to deal with the momentum from the previous direction that you were flying in. So let's have a look up here. And because I'm above all of the other creatures here, I don't tend to spawn them. So the spotlights from the summoners always a good reason to be cautious because they do look quite alike with regards to the lighting that the mutagen has around it. Okay, I'm gonna want to go up this path just to be on the safe side. Things can spawn in here, so we want to be cautious. If in doubt, just avoid it. There we go. There we go. Bumping into walls helps us sort of stop, but we don't want to be around here for too long because we have tentacles behind us which will throw things at us, so we don't want to do that. We don't want to get hit by that. Now, of course, down there we can find little things that will spawn mutagel, but we're after the mutagen. Okay. Now, I'm obviously often double tapping space to gain altitude. It's the quickest way to gain altitude. It gives you like a little boost upwards. And so that's what I'm doing. So there's this little pathway down here. Oh, I heard a Reaper behind me. That's kind of scary right now. Whoop. Oh, I've aggroed yep. I've aggroed something. So I don't know how I didn't get hit there, but I'm gonna go this way. Oh, there's the mutagen. Quickly grab it.
That looks to be the stuff that Rockwell's been
Ooh,
using to augment and
that was close. Right, I'm out. And that's me done. So this is what I was trying to show you right there. It does not show in my lower right corner, so this is a bit of a bug right now. But I don't know if there's any more mutagen. I don't want to be hanging about here for too long. I'm just going to make my way out of here as quick as possible with my prize and try not to bump into many things right now. This is quite tense. So, right there, that's the exit. That's where I want to be. Alright, here we are with another attempt. This time around, you can see in the lower right corner of the screen, I have like a little cell type of icon that tells me that we have the mutagen in this biome. Now, this does not show it for the region, it is per biome, and I think the idea here is you want to be really quick. You spot something that is on the ground, so there is another mutagen right there. We'll quickly pick this up, and then we're gonna have to get the heck out of here really quick, and this is when things get tense. Now, you will see the Seekers more or less teleport on top of you. Don't worry about it, just fly through them. You will be bumped out of the way. You don't want to be hanging about for too long because things are going to go bad really quickly, and you definitely don't want to be around when that happens. Now, let's talk about the Mutagel. The Mutagel is the subunit of Mutagen. You need 800 of this stuff to craft 1 Mutagen, and you find it in the lunar biome, and only at a specific time. It's basically when these asteroids spawn that have the ambergris. You go to them with a pick, and then you harvest them, and you will get some Mutagel. Now, do bear in mind that what will be in this biome is quite random, and will reset at 12 midnight, and the space then basically goes into hyperdrive mode or whatever and flies up until 1:30 in the morning at that rate, and then at that time you will get a new type of resource. So you want to take advantage of this. Of course, you will be encumbered by the amount of ambergris, but just throw that away. So let's talk about conversion, because you can convert one into another. So of course, for this you will need a chem bench. A chem bench will need to be powered by gasoline, and so you will also need 800 Mutagel to craft 1 Mutagen. So I've put my 800 Mutagel into the chem bench right here. I'm just counting it all out. Now of course you will also need fuel to power your chemistry bench, and right there you can see we can now craft 1 Mutagen. So let's do this. It does not take that long, but on the flip side, you can of course convert the Mutagen into Mutagel, and here is where the catch comes. You will not get 800 Mutagel, my apologies. You will only get 500 of this stuff. So of course that means that turning the Mutagen into Mutagel is at a slight disadvantage. So that is pretty much it for this video, folks. My biggest suggestion is that when you do go into the Rockwell Innards biome is that you don't take anything with you unless it is absolutely necessary. So only take the armor that you spawn in with, maybe some food and water, and that's it. Because although I mean, it is quite challenging and quite thrilling to do that, and it is a big thrill, because things can go wrong quite quickly. If things do go wrong, you don't want to lose your things in there. That is probably my biggest suggestion. And with that being said, and then that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links, as of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And until next time, stay safe, folks.